Welcome back to Studio 701. There are a growing number of podcasters and authors in the state of North Dakota.
And we like to celebrate these creators by getting in on the conversation.
And in today's Let's Talk, we welcome local author Jackie Stebbins. Thanks for being here, Jackie.
Thank you for having me, you two.
Oh, so happy to have you here. We've had you on before to share a little bit about your story with AE, autoimmune encephalitis, but now you've actually put your story in print. So first of all, congratulations on this book.
Thank you so much. And I would like to say that it was published officially on May the 4th be with you.
Whoa.
So I feel like that's got to be good luck.
Yeah, for sure.
Totally good luck.
You're going to have like a bunch of
Chewbacca.
prequels, sequels.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right, anyway, sorry.
Okay, so we want to talk about what this story is about. You were diagnosed in May 2018, which is 4 years ago, I believe. So tell us about your journey of writing about your story of being diagnosed and all that you went through. And the book, again, is called Unwillable.
Yeah, so the journey has just been one heck of a journey. I can't say any less than that. So the first year after I was diagnosed with autoimmune encephalitis, I was very fearful I would lose my life, and I really struggled to survive for 1 year. I was very isolated, but in my mind I had this little glimmer of hope that maybe I could write this book. And this was at a time when I really worried that maybe my brain wouldn't even work again, and maybe I would never be the same person. So that first year was a lot of thought and reliving the gory details of my onset. And then the next year, I put all the words on paper. I don't think I did very well. I'm not sure I did a very good job, but all the words were on paper the next year. And then the next year and a half, I just kept editing and refining until I hoped that it was a good book.
Oh.
And so what was the most challenging part of writing a book?
Everything, absolutely everything, right? So I often say, I was a lawyer in my past life, and I say, you know, lawyers kind of think that we know everything, but we really don't. And lawyers do not know how to just write a book. So I really had to learn that it's a thing, it's a craft, writing and writing a memoir, and it took a lot of time and patience, a lot of writing. I took some writing classes, which I loved, and I read every memoir I could get my hands on for about a year and a half.
I think it's really exciting that, first of all, you got to interview the author of Brain on Fire on your podcast, and then I saw a glowing review and recommendation for your book from that very author. Can you tell us about that?
Oh my gosh, if you would have told 2018 Jackie, who was broken and hurt and sick, and her brain was so sick, if you would have told that lady, someday you're going to meet Susanna Cahalan, who has written the premier book on your illness, and it was a New York Times #1 bestseller. It was this very wonderful book. I never would have believed that I would meet her. She is so gracious and wonderful. So I was able to meet her in March and interview her and send her my own book, and I was so humbled and nervous to send it. You know, I've oftentimes called her the Michael Jordan of autoimmune encephalitis, which she thought was very hilarious. And so I sent her my book, and when she offered that praise to put on the front cover, no pun intended, that was mind-blowing.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's partly because she shed so much information on AE, something a lot of people had not heard of until reading her book, Brain on Fire. What have you seen as far as people learning more about this, becoming more knowledgeable about AE?
So Susanna really did put this disease on the map as much as you can. Susanna was the 217th person diagnosed in the world in 2009. It's a very new disease. The problem is right now with AE, we don't have an FDA standardized treatment. We don't have a cure. We don't know why it affects people. It's very rare, but it does affect people. So right now, the best we have for AE is hope. And it is my hope that I am able to bring that hope to others, that they can survive, they can recover, that they can rebuild their lives and lead meaningful and productive lives. I wasn't able to go back to my career as a trial lawyer, but I'm sitting here with you two and podcasting and writing and doing fun things. So what I really hope that Susanna has shared and what I'm sharing is hope.
So Jackie, what are just the symptoms of AE, and how are you in recovery?
Oh gosh, the symptoms are really lovely. It usually presents as a very severe psychiatric almost break. And if you're fortunate, like I was, I know this sounds strange, but I had very overt neurological symptoms that became hard to deny. So I was paranoid, I hallucinated, I wandered, I was very confused, I had little short-term memory, and I started to lose a lot of physical function. I had strange movements where I pulled at my fingertips. I thrashed in bed, I had insomnia, but at the lowest point I was unable to walk. My husband would have to hold my arm or hold my hand, couldn't tell time. So really it was very terrible, is the best way to say it. But my recovery, I like to believe, has been triumphant. That I think even Amber can attest, she knew me all the way back in high school, that I tell the same bad jokes, have the same bad dance moves. So outside of returning to my career as a lawyer, I like to think I'm the same person, but with a lot different outlook on life.
And then some, Jackie. And really quickly, where can people find this book where they'll be able to read all about this story?
Yes, absolutely. So you can go to my website, unwillable.com, but the book is primarily available on Amazon. And if you do live in North Dakota, you can also buy it at the Ferguson bookstore.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Jackie, so much for being with us.
Thank you, Amber and Jeff.
All right, this has been Let's Talk. For more information, once again, on Jackie's speeches or events that she does, you can also follow her on social media or visit unwillable.com. But coming